Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. So I am actually recording this on Friday night. I don't know what's been going on with me lately. Well, I know what's been going on with me lately, but I have been feeling a lot of a pull. I just feel calmer in the evening. I mean, I feel calm in the morning, and typically that's when I would just wake up and I would jump right into doing the readings. I would, of course, take a little bit of time for myself. But lately, I have been feeling like the evening is just this sacred time to myself. And so I had a little bit of, typically I would just, kind of talk about my week and talk about how it, things kind of tie into the tarot. And yeah, that's important and all. But I was thinking back to one of the previous self-care tarot sessions, and I talked about this journey that I had, this encounter that I had with the Chariot and the High Priestess in reverse. And I thought it was really interesting because the story of the Chariot talked a little bit about, digging deeper into where I just had the book. Okay. I have been using Rachel Pollack's Tarot Wisdom, Spiritual Teachings and Deeper Meanings to learn tarot, to deepen my relationship with tarot, and learn. Yeah. But it helps me make a connection to, the deeper not the deeper mythology, but when you're thinking about the story of your life and how it writes out. And sometimes, you can allow, and of course, yes, again, this is self-care tarot. So approaching it from this way, I hope imparts a little bit of tarot is just one way of digging into our deeper story. And, it's just one way. And so if we look at it as a way to connect to our deeper story, that's just one way, right? And of course, I'm doing self-care tarot series because, I went through this whole space, as a tarot reader, YouTube tarot reader. Again, I'm also a YouTube tarot watcher. And so it can really pull you in, and you get caught in a loop and you get caught in a story, and it's hard to get out of that loop. So the self-care tarot series is really just taking you out of the loop, learning a little bit more about the tarot, learning a little bit about yourself, and understanding you have a choice, you have free will, you do not have to take on the story, but you can understand a little bit more about the cards for yourself. And then in that way also take back your power, your choice, etc. Anyway, that's the spiel. But today I was actually listening to this song called, what was it? It was actually really like, I can't believe I found this. Come on. Sorry. So what you don't see me doing is trying to bring up the video on my little iPad here. My mini iPad. So let me see if I can find the song again. History. Okay. So the song was called, it's by this group called Ibeyi. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Ibeyi. And it's called Lavender and Red Roses, and it's featuring singer Georgia Smith. And I saw it, and just like looking at it, first of all, I love both Ibeyi and Georgia Smith. Oh my gosh, wonderful singers. And just, I just connect with like how, their voices, how they sing, the lyrics, everything. So when I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they did a collaboration. So of course I listened to it. And it's not a very long song, but in the description for the video, they talk about the story behind the song. And I'm going to go in and bring this up. Come on. Select. Trying to get this link to open up. Oh my gosh. You guys, technology. Give me a second, please. Okay. All right, I'm going to look up fate and Greek mythology. Greek and Roman mythology. Okay, here we go. Is that the right one? That's not the one I want. The fates, Greek mythology. I think this might be it. Okay. All right. So my previous video about the Chariot card and my journey with the Chariot card, what was highlighted for me in Rachel's book was the idea of the story of the Chariot, the one being of Oedipus, basically. And Oedipus is running from the fates, running from his fate, right? Trying to avoid it. And in trying to avoid his fate, he runs right into it, right? And so there's that story. I never thought to question what about the fates? Like in Greek mythology, Roman mythology, what about the fates, right? And so instantly I just thought of the Three of Cups for some reason. Like, and this, oh gosh, I lost my train of thought just briefly. The song, oh my gosh, why am I forgetting the name of the song already? Lavender and Red Roses, right? The song Lavender and Red Roses, it shows three women, it shows three women walking through a desert, and they come to a well, and they find at the bottom of the well, there's this man who is masked, and he's just like digging at the bottom, and it's a dry well, right? He's just digging in a dry well, not finding anything, not pulling anything up. And so he has this rope that's attached to him, and so the three of them are working together to try and pull him up out of the dry well, but he is continuing to dig himself deeper and deeper and deeper. And I'm not gonna beat around the bush here. This speaks so much to something that has been happening to me on a spiritual level. When you're watching someone, even at a spiritual level, dig themselves deeper into a hole that, into a hole inside of a well that is dry, that has no water, it's just like, you just want to either help them, or you want to get them out of there, or you know what I mean? It's just that it's that story, right? And so the way that the video goes is that the three women are pulling, they're pulling the rope, and they're trying to pull this person out of the dried well that has absolutely no water in it. And the person's reaction, the man's reaction in the well, is to yank them in with him. And then it becomes this massive struggle of, are the fates going to let someone who has no idea and no clue control the thread, control the rope? I just saw 22:22 on the clock. So it's 9:22. It was 9:22 and 22 seconds. So if that has any meaning for you. But either way, So it's like, are you going to allow someone to have that kind of control, to pull you down with them in their struggle, in their, you know, it's almost like in their endless struggle, in their endless pursuit, and it's never going to be fruitful, right? It's never going to amount to anything. Y'all, I will link to the song in the description. I'm not going to play the music because YouTube will just pretty much completely it won't let my video upload with the music in it. But I just wanted to talk about that because that led into, oh my gosh, they're talking about the three fates in this video, in the story behind the video. And instantly I thought of the Three of Cups, because I have been getting the Three of Cups in so many different readings in the last few months. And I was just like, this is not Three of Cups. Like, this is not Three of Cups that is like joyous. And I'm not saying that, you know, the fates aren't joyous or anything like that, but there was another message that I was like, something is here and I'm just not seeing it or connecting to it. And lo and behold, here's the connection to the Three of Cups. And I apologize for my voice. I have been expressing myself fully and completely. And, you know, sometimes you just have to rage scream on your way home from, you know, kind of a rough, emotional, spiritual day. And that's exactly what I did. And I kind of lost my voice a little bit. Oh, well. But it's me expressing myself, and I'm so proud of myself for doing that. And I hope you do the same. Okay, let's see. Let me talk a little bit about the fates, and then I'll talk about the cards. So, the story of the Chariot, we talked about Oedipus trying to run away from his fate. The fates said, you will, I think it was the fates that said it. The fates said you will run into, you will kill your father and marry your mother. And Oedipus did not like that. He tried to run away. So I'm going to put this to the side, and now I'm going to talk about the Three of Cups. Now, this might not resonate with a lot of people who are going through their own journey of the tarot, but it is something to think about when you look at the Three of Cups and you think about cups as this like emotions and things to do with the spirit and the soul, and how those things are, how people are connected by a certain thread and come together to celebrate it. So in the fates, the fates were actually three women. Their names were Clotho. Clotho was the spinner of the thread. Their name, the other name was, okay, forgive me if I'm saying this incorrectly, Lachesis, or the Allottor, and Atropos, literally the unturning, or more freely, the inflexible. Let's see. And their tasks were, let's see, okay, so the fates function, they are, and I'm getting this from the GreekMythology.com website, consistently portrayed as three women spinners. Each of the three fates had a different task, revealed by her very name. Clotho spun the thread of life. Lachesis measured its allotted length. Like, basically, the thread of life is, Clotho spun the thread, right? Lachesis measured the length. So basically, the amount of time that you are given on the earth. And then Atropos is the one who decides when the thread is going to be cut, when things are going to be cut off. So sometimes each of the fates was assigned to a specific period of time. So Atropos was the past, Clotho was the present, and Lachesis the future, right? So when I saw this, and I know it has to do with like the thread of life, and I know it has to do with you know, I know the cups energy has to do with cups, and we're talking about the thread of life here. But when I think of the thread of life, I think about how, you know, I'm connected to people around me. How do I know that I'm connected? Like, and it's, to me, it's that thread of life. It's this, I posted about this on my personal Facebook page, but it's the thread of life. You know, it's the undercurrent that kind of ties us together, but it's the undercurrent that we don't normally bring to the surface. We don't recognize it. We don't acknowledge that it exists when we look into another person's eyes, whether that person be stranger or friend, right? And so here, I think the Three of Cups is really identifying the joyous side of the fates. And I wonder too, you know, could this be seen in just about every card with a 3 in it, you know, with that element of 3? Could that be a side of the fates that are dealing with emotions or group or something like that? But it really just kind of blew my mind to think about that connection to the visual of the 3 fates, trying to pull someone out of, I connect it here too, I think, because I'm looking at the video that talks about the 3 women. They're trying to pull someone out of a dry well because they have cups. They can fill cups, but the person that's in the well has absolutely zero faith. And I think the fates are highlighting that by focusing on someone. And this is a message, you know, that is kind of beyond the cards and something that I just wanted to share for Self-Care Tarot. But this 3 of Cups is finally making sense to me in that aspect where thinking about the video and thinking about the meaning of the fates and thinking, you know, and kind of trying to understand that in my own situation, I'm looking at it as the fates. The fates are trying to convey the fact in this particular, you know, in the visual at least, and in this card, there is joy and emotion and support waiting for you on the top side. You don't have to continue to try and pull someone out of a hole that they do not see as a hole. Someone who is continually digging into something that will never ever give them what they need, right? At least for me, I know that's correct for me, and I claim that. And so what I also claim in identifying that, because to me, this is a step forward in healing and seeing that there is value already in the people around me. And I have done enough to try and I have done my part. I've done my duty as someone who, and I actually visualize myself as someone who was trying to team up with fate and make something happen, support someone, be there for someone. And there are just some people that you cannot do that with. They will drag you down into their hole with them, and they will damage you in the process. This 3 of Cups to me is identifying for me where I belong. I belong up top. I belong up top. And that I'm trying to pull out more words about that, but if you know, you know, right? If you're following the story, you understand what I'm saying. And that is, you deserve to be with people who celebrate and are like-minded and understand the current of life that connects all of us, and celebrate that, and won't pull you down, but will lift you up. They will celebrate you. I know I've been like looking at this card directly under the light, and maybe you can't see it, but hopefully you can see it now. But that is what I'm getting from the Three of Cups. It speaks to me of your fate is joyous, and you shouldn't allow anyone to pull you down from where you know you belong. And when someone that you are connected to, if the thread that is connecting you to them, you see them digging a hole that is going deeper and deeper, and they refuse to allow you to help, to allow you to support them, cut it off. Let it go. This to me is also kind of a cord cutting, a release, a letting go. This is the celebration of, it's when we think about the time period too, Atropos. Atropos is the one that cuts the thread of life with scissors, right? Atropos is connecting. If we look at her connection to the past, cut. Allow Atropos to do her work. And I will say, for clarification, this is, because I know I said something earlier this week about losing a parent. This is not about my parent. This is actually about something, someone else. So hopefully I've made that little distinction a little bit clearer. This is not about a parent. This is not about my parent. This is about knowing where I belong and celebrating where I am and releasing the past. And I feel like that's a little bit of a theme that we're going into astrologically, is releasing the past as well. Okay, so I know I've talked for a little bit, 22 minutes. Let us get a self-care reading. Actually, you know what? I meant to look up the cups right up in Rachel's book, and I highly recommend you get this book as well. You can see I've tagged it. It's kind of dog-eared. Okay. All right. So 3 is the goddess. 3 is the goddess, the great mother, and the mother of water is overflowing, loving, joyous. Along with the 3 of Pentacles, this card is one of those most aligned with its primary major arcana card, the Empress. The higher card, Death, may seem an opposite energy. Oh, look at that. Wow, Death. And I talked about Atropos, right? But since death and life are always mixed together, the 3 of Cups teaches us that life flows out of death, and the Great Mother gives birth constantly. Since this is Beriah, creation, she gives birth to form, to all the possibilities of existence. Look at that. She gives birth to form, and we're talking about the thread of life and the fates. Oh my gosh. Let's see, what else does she say? The healing power of this card would be around friendships. Yeah. Wow. This is beautiful. Now she does go into a little bit of extra about the 3 of Cups, but take it as you will. I highly recommend her book, and I just want to go ahead and let's do a reading. I also wanted to look at cups as well. I've got this deck, and I need to find the name of it so I can share it to you all. I pulled this 3 of Cups out, but this card also is about, represents the sign of Cancer. As you can see here, it's also Mercury. Mercury is a messenger. And then also it has the water symbol here. And it says 3 of Cups, celebration, friendship, and exuberance. And that's what's waiting for you when you allow the past to be cut off, just to be done, right? There are some things that you have to be done with. Okay. Let me put these to the side, and let's do some self-care. I'm going to pull out my chakra cards and see what we are focusing on in the body. It's interesting too. So I lit my my throat chakra candle, what is it, Vishuddha, and my purpose candle, which I can't see the name because it's blocked a little bit by this, by my humidifier, which is super helpful right now. All right, so I want to call in some protection on this reading. I've already cleansed the space before I even started with a cedar smudge and a little prayer of protection. So I want to call on the spirits and ask them which part of the body are we focusing on today with our self-care, And this is something to take you into the weekend and next week. It's not something to digest like all at once. It's just something to think about, okay? All right, Spirit, which part of the body are we focusing on? Which part of the body should we look at, feel into? Which part? Yes, thank you. All right. Cool. So we have loving kindness, meditation activity that is focusing on the heart chakra. And we also have balancing the heart chakra. Very interesting. Okay, and that's card 61 and 60. So I'm just going to do it this way and read it. Balancing the heart chakra. The best way to receive love is by giving it. Being kinder to others can help to strengthen and open the chakra. What can you do each day to help those around you? Forgive old grudges and let go of the past. Avoid being too critical of yourself and others. Compliment others and go out of your way to spread kindness and bring balance to your heart chakra. Loving kindness meditation. This is practiced by Buddhists to get rid of resentment and negativity towards others. Follow the steps below. So step 1, you would envision someone you adore. Step 2, you would imagine someone you respect. Step 3, you would envisage someone you feel neutral toward. And then step 4, you would imagine someone you don't like. Step 5, once you have them clearly in your mind, repeat this mantra. May they be healthy, may they be happy, and may they be free from suffering. And repeat the process for everyone on the list. So I highly recommend, if you have someone like that in your life, definitely practice this loving kindness meditation. If you have someone in the same vein as what I just explained in the video, and of course I'll link the video, so please watch it, and hopefully it resonates and is helpful. But if you imagine yourself trying to help someone out of a dry well, and all they're doing is digging themselves deeper and deeper, there's no water to be had, you're in the middle of a desert, and you're trying to help them, and in helping them, they are trying to pull you down with them. Think about that person that you imagine is doing that to you in your life. Even if it's not verbatim, visually, like for word is happening in the desert, and someone is pulling you into a literal well that is dry, right? Think about someone that might be doing that to you emotionally or energetically, and you're giving your energy to the situation. Think about this person when you're doing this loving kindness meditation, and really get them in your mind and repeat the mantra, may they be healthy, may they be happy, and may they be free from suffering. And forgive old grudges and let go of the past. Allow the thread to be cut. You don't have to be pulled down with them, okay? And that's not a harsh thing. That is you balancing out your heart chakra. You're allowing yourself to receive love. When you cut a cord, right? You're allowing yourself to receive love when you cut a cord that is actually draining you, okay? This is loving cord cutting, all right? All right, so I'm going to put those there just for now, and let's get into these tarot cards. Now, I think this is the first time I've used this on camera. I can't remember the last time I might have used them, but I am excited. All right, so I'm gonna read these right side up. Like I'm not gonna read in reverse for these. And trust me, yes, I do read in reverse. I just for self-care tarot, I don't think it's necessary at this point. But if we need to clarify, I am happy to do so. This is all easy peasy. We're just learning and we're allowing ourselves to be in the, oh, I was definitely about to flip those. All right, okay. We're just being in the energy here and we are learning and we're taking back our power. Okay, Spirit, do you have any messages for us? Oh, look at that. 2 of Cups. Wow. Resolution, union, falling in love. This is Cancer. This is Venus. This is also water. Okay. Ah, look at that. We've got the Magician. The Magician is Mercury. This is also about conscious awareness and manifestation. The Magician I also see as someone put it very, very succinctly when you're talking about the journey of the tarot. The first card is actually the Fool, and that is us being ready to take a journey, being fresh, being a student, being completely uninformed about life. We just have the enthusiasm of going on the journey. When we've gotten to the Magician, we are now consciously aware. This is what the card is saying. When we're in Magician energy, we have gone from Fool, we have learned the lesson of the Fool, and we have advanced and moved up to this energy of the Magician. We are consciously aware of who we are on our journey, and we understand and have embraced the powers of manifestation, the ability to make things true. I just saw 44:44 on the clock, 9:44 and 44 seconds. So yeah, we have Venus here with the 2 of Cups. We have Mercury. Might want to look at where Venus and Mercury are in your birth charts. Not too hard. Don't think about it too hard. But let's go ahead and get a third card out. I'm just going to do 3 cards. Spirit, do you have a third message? What's the next part of it? What's the last part of this message, Spirit? What? Oh, interesting. Okay. They gave me 2 cards. I got the Emperor and the 2 of Swords. Okay. So let's see what this reading is all about. Huh. All right, so let's look at this. We've got the 2 of Cups. We've got the Magician. We're on this journey of, I feel like this is a journey of, this is, again, we're talking about self-care. So we're trying to take on this energy for ourselves. We are trying to be in union and falling in love and make a resolution with our own lives, our own spiritual lives, our own psychic lives, right? We're on the journey of the 2 of Cups of finding that soulmate within ourselves. That's how I also see the 2 of Cups, is it's soulmate energy. Union. You're trying to find union with a manifestation, right? Now here, the Emperor, I've got the Emperor and the 2 of Swords. The Emperor, it's interesting because I have this sense of 2 very masculine energies out on the board. We've got one that is consciously aware, and then we've skipped over the High Priestess and the Empress to get to the Emperor. So this story could be about the structure of government. It could be about a father figure. It could be about, again, if we look at the card, stability, order, power, and protection. And that's funny because the Emperor is a 4 card, but we do not the Emperor now, once we've gone through this journey, right, of the Fool, the Magician, the High Priestess, and the Empress, now we have the Emperor. And I like to say, you know, this is when I talk about nothing comes after the Empress. Nothing comes after the Empress without the Empress. So as you can see, the Empress always comes first in tarot, always comes before the Emperor. In the Emperor, there must have been, right, and when I say Emperor, I'm talking about instability, in order, in power, or in protection, or some sort of structure, right? There has to have been some kind of realization of not just manifestation, but also we can infer, I believe we can infer that this Emperor has also gotten through the journey of the High Priestess, which is understanding high spiritual knowledge and secrets, unknown secrets, right? And then also the Empress, fertility. And when I say fertility, I mean the ability to create, being a container to hold creative energy, right? So the Emperor is now fully embraced that part of the journey and is now in seeking stability, order, power, and protection. So it could be that there's some sort of structure that is coming forward in your life, some sort of need for structure. I think that is the Aries symbol. I'm pretty sure that's Aries. And then this card also represents Archangel Michael. This is, I believe, let's see, the Emperor. Is that fire? I think that's fire. I think that's the fire symbol. And then Mars, because the Emperor is a fire. I think Emperor is a fire sign. Yeah, I'll have to look again. Actually, no. Let's see. Emperor. Yep. Emperor is Aries, and Aries is a fire sign. Duh. Okay, we're learning together. And then also it's connected to the energy of Mars. If you have Mars in Aries in your chart, this could be a place where you are seeking stability, order, power, and protection. I have Mars in Aries, and that is just whenever I'm just very, very physical, very outward, very, I just, and that is just in my, I think it's Mars has to do with movement and energy and that kind of thing. Anyway. So with the Emperor, though, came the Two of Swords. Now, as you can see here, this is the moon energy. This is definitely an air sign. I believe that's Libra. Yeah, I believe that's Libra. So the Two of Swords, Libra. Of course, that wouldn't be Libra, the scales. And then the air symbol, of course, is there as well. Now, Two of Swords is about avoidance, stalemate, or decisions. So there could be something around around your idea of stability and order or power and protection, and you're at a stalemate. You're trying to make a decision, right? And this entire reading now, if you look at the bottom of the deck, I usually use the bottom of the deck to give me an idea as to what the entire reading might be centered around. This is where I get my clue as to what the story might be about. And so at the bottom of the deck is the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is about an offer. To me, it's about an offer. It's the Knight of Pentacles is known as the slowest moving knight in the deck, but he is bringing an offer with him, and it's a very solid offer. And you can see here it's fixed, mutable. This is an earth sign. Oh gosh, I think, is this Capricorn? I think this might be Capricorn. But we've also got fire here. We've also got fire here. Is that fire? Yeah. So we've got fire, fixed, mutable. But we've also got earth, and I think that is that Leo? No, that's not Leo. That's Virgo. I think that's Virgo. I'll figure it out. Yeah, again, I'm learning the symbols at least. So we've got Knight of Pentacles here, and it says unwavering, thorough, and realistic. So it could be that there's some sort of an offer, right? You might be seeking or trying to bring forward some kind of an offer about a union that you're ready to manifest. And that doesn't have to be a love relationship union. This could be something that if we pull this back and think of ourselves, right? How do we embody this in ourselves? This is a union with the self. This is something that you're consciously aware of and you're ready to manifest it in your life. But there is something about maybe how to go about doing it, and you are trying to make a decision about how it's going to look, how it's going to be structured, what it's going to look like. And the Knight of Pentacles, this is something that you are committed to, because this is unwavering, this is thorough, and this is realistic. This is something that really needs to happen for you. I don't know what that might be, but looking at the Two of Cups and the Magician, I really feel like whatever this is that you're trying to manifest and bring forward, it's based in love, but it could also be about trying to, I get the sense that this is about trying to figure out boundaries, but there's some sort of a blockage, that something that you're not seeing, something that you're not, something that you might even be confused by. Or you might be getting some messages that are confusing you and you don't know how to communicate it. That might be also the case. So I'm going to clarify. I know this is another long one, but I'm not going to keep you too long. Let's see if we can clarify and get a little bit of extra help here. All right, now I'm going to do something where I am going to clarify with something in the reverse. And I'm going to use the Hermetic Tarot. I like these because they also have symbols on them. And hopefully, the Two of Cups on the bottom. Look at that. All right. So yeah, the Hermetic Tarot deck also has symbols and everything on them. But they also go a little bit, a little bit deeper. Oh yeah, and also the Magician is Archangel Raziel. So you might want to look those up too and see the meaning of those angels that are connected to these cards. So let's go ahead and clarify and see what this might be. And again, take it if it resonates. Do not take it if it doesn't. This is just learning, and this is self-care. This is not meant to be something that keeps you up at night or helps you maintain some sort of story in your head. It just is helping you figure out how to own this energy in a way that doesn't harm. Okay, Spirit, can you clarify the Two of Cups, please? Oh, that popped a little bit. I'm going to take you. You popped. Six of Swords. So there's something, you are going into a union that is taking you away, I think. No, it's not taking you away. You are going into a union that is, yes, it's taking you away from choppy waters, and I'm still thinking about the original Six of Swords, but this idea that you have of being in union is moving you toward a level of success and a level of peace. This is the Lord. This card is described as the Lord of earned success. This really is moving toward a union with yourself, and that means moving away from something that is chaotic, confusing. Yeah. Oh, thank you. I was about to ask Spirit to clarify the Hermit, and I'm not the Hermit, the Magician. And so the Hermit card is clarifying the Magician card. The Hermit card for this Hermetic Tarot is the Magus of the Voice of Life. And I see this as, honestly, just, this is another form of the Magician, but this is actually going deep inside. This is something that you have, this manifestation is something that you've thought very, very long and hard about. Like you've actually taken, you're thinking about taking some time away. And I think this is also affirming that you want to manifest, manifest your own light. You don't want to give it away anymore. Look at that. Wow, that's interesting. You want to manifest your own light and not give it away anymore. You don't want to give it away anymore. It's protective, but it's coming into union with a part of yourself that is wanting to embrace your own light. Look at that. Of course, I was just about to ask, and these two cards flipped out for the Emperor and the Two of Swords. Now let's look at what came out. They're both in the reverse. We've got the High Priestess in reverse and the Five of Wands. This is something about wanting to, now upright, the High Priestess says this is the Priestess of the Silver Star, and the Five of Wands is the Lord of Strife. This is not wanting to keep secrets anymore, and not wanting to and not wanting to keep secrets, but also you're wanting to prioritize. You don't want to gossip anymore. You don't want to you don't want to have these, like, I call them like ego, like battles of the will kind of a thing. Because if this was Five of Swords in reverse, I would say this is like a situation of coming out of like actual battle, and coming out of a wounding, and repairing something. But with the Five of Wands in reverse, I think it's really just a matter of not being involved in a battle of the wills anymore, because you might even be realizing that you're not really fighting with someone that has, all the right tools to be fighting, all the right, and when I say fighting, I mean arguing, right? Or taking, someone who doesn't have all the tools to take the actions that need to be taken. So that's what I see. Five of Wands. This is a lot of upright. This is a lot of uncoordinated actions. You want to release a burden, and the High Priestess in reverse is, you no longer want to be the keeper of secrets and knowledge. You want to share this knowledge, and you have prioritized this being kind of a goal for you of, I'm tired of holding this knowledge. I'm tired of knowing this here. But again, it's like you're seeking some sort of structure around the release of this secret. Okay, what's at the bottom of the deck? We've got the Fool in reverse. Honestly, this is, so the Fool card is connected to the planet Uranus. And Uranus is all about change for the better. Like, it's all about this, like, I want to say change for the better. Uranus is all about, like, woohoo, let's change. Hey, let's do this differently. Let's do that differently. But with the Fool in reverse, this could, again, just be you no longer in the Fool energy, no longer wanting to be in this energy. You want to be solid. You want to take solid action and forward action. You just don't know what. All right. Let's see if I can figure out what kind of action, what might help you get some sort of direction on how to go forward. Trying to find trying to figure out it. Oh, you know what? Maybe animal spirit. Yep, I think animal spirit. Yeah. I'm feeling animals for some reason, so I'm going to go with that. Spirit, can you give us some guidance for this reading on how to move forward with this energy? How do we move forward with this energy? How do we move forward from this energy? How do we move forward from this energy? Okay. Spirit, thank you so much. Look at that. Is that too many? Yeah, that's too many. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Can I just get like maybe one or two? Thank you. Of course. All right. So I asked Spirit for one or two cards. We've got the black egg and the snake. Okay. Wild Unknown Animal Spirit Guidebook. And I'll go ahead and read the black egg. Now, it's interesting because the black egg is one of the spirit eggs. And I've got it tagged here. Okay. Black egg. Speaking from an authentic voice and the truth. The black egg contains one of life's essential treasures, the truth. That's how you're going to move forward, is just tell the truth. Inside of it resides no confusion, excuses, small talk, noise, or lies, not even white ones. This living and breathing vessel harbors only that which rings true. When this essence is in balance, we speak slowly and clearly. We are drawn to activities like writing, reading, singing, teaching, or perhaps public speaking. Sound draws us in, books draw us in, the concept of truth itself draws us in. We start asking questions like, what do I know to be true about myself? And what is true about the world? When the energy of the black egg is not yet accessed, we speak from an unsure place. We say things others want to hear, gossip, or repeat stories to justify our subpar behavior. We might even try to convince ourselves that we have no inner truth at all. The energy of the black egg hovers and waits for us to reconnect. Hold on, I'm turning the page. It is available at every moment in every situation. It's the epicenter of truth, the birthplace of our voice. The black egg and the fifth chakra. The subtle essence of this card resides at the base of the throat, at the Vishuddha chakra. Oh, I've got my Vishuddha candle lit. The ancient sages saw this center as the hub that governs our speech and expression. Vishuddha translates as especially pure. The balance of this center is important for all of us, but is especially essential for writers, editors, musicians, and teachers. All right, so now I'm going to read the snake card. I don't know why. I love both of these. Just the look of both of the cards is just so beautiful. Okay, let me find snake in here. All right, snake. Guardian of unawakened magic and creative potential. Look at that. Unawakened magic. I think that's what this is about too, is there's some sort of magic you're wanting to there's some sort of magic you're wanting to cast out or to anyway. I'm going to read. The snake is a symbol of our highest potential. It is said that Shakti, our creative life force, Shakti, our creative life force lies dormant at the base of our spine in the form of a coiled snake. Regardless of whether this image rings true for you, it's well worth considering the amount of unawakened or untapped potential within. What would life look like if you woke it up? How can you stir it from slumber? An experienced yoga or meditation teacher can lead the way. Make haste. The snake card appears when there's no more time to waste. There's no more time to waste, y'all. Okay, so when in balance, you are prosperous, creative, and charismatic. When you are out of balance, you start and stop many things. If you find yourself out of balance, bring it back into balance by doing some Kundalini yoga. There are plenty of Kundalini yoga videos on YouTube, and also do some meditation to get yourself back in line. and be able to harness this very powerful magician energy and get you really out of this stuck feeling place, right? Get you into a place where you have some sort of order to the union with yourself. That's what this is about. You are trying to unlock the magic of yourself for yourself, and you're trying to find the order to that. And the thing is that maybe it's not about an order. Maybe it's supposed to be something that is self-formed. You create the order. And I think here, this Two of Swords is you wanting someone to come forward with an answer of how it should look. The answer is within. The answer is within. Speak it to life. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this session. I love this, and I can't wait to do it again. But I will also see you on Sunday or Monday, I think, for the weekly reading. Thank you so much. Namaste. Bye.